Hello guys, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I am here with a new video. We have completed consumer and producer surplus in my previous video. If you haven't watched that, well, sad, you won't understand this video as well. Uh, but yeah, go watch those two videos. I will put on the cards on the right hand side. Anyway, so today we are going to solve a few questions related to consumer surplus and producer surplus, and the most questions also do come like around two or three questions do come around for producer and consumer surplus and for your MCQs mostly. So let's move on to the questions directly. So the first question is on the screen, and it talks about how the demand curve has shifted from uh, one place to another. All right. So the demand curve has shifted D1 to D2. You can read the question if you want, but I'm just summarizing the question for you guys. Now they are asking what is the new consumer surplus and what is the new producer surplus. So whenever we look at consumer and producer surplus, we'll look at the equilibrium. Initially, this green line was the equilibrium price, and this was producer surplus, and the one on top is your consumer surplus. But now when your demand curve changes, your whole equilibrium changes, correct? So when your equilibrium changes, your consumer and producer surplus also changes. So now it will be HM. The new equilibrium is HM, and the triangle above this would give you your consumer surplus. So this is your CS or consumer surplus, and the whole below is your producer surplus. So according to this diagram and the disgusting and bad drawing that I've done, sorry for that drawing, your correct answer should be A. FMH should be your new consumer surplus, and your HMK should be your new producer surplus due to the change in the equilibrium. Alright, so if you don't still understand, just message me. My Instagram is down in the description. Next we have is another question, and it is talking about how it's talking about the maximum price a consumer is willing to pay for each extra can that he or she buys. All right, the price of the is given to you already. So your price is $4. All right, and having bought three cans, so he has already bought three cans with him, and the consumer decides to buy a fourth. How does buying the fourth can affect his consumer surplus? So initially he was buying the first at 14. Okay, so his consumer surplus is minus 10 because there is no surplus. He is paying more than he should be. Then this would be minus 6 because he's paying again more. This would be minus 2, and this would be 0. All right, because at $4 that's the price, and the fourth can is also $4, so it will leave it unchanged. All right, it will leave it unchanged because it is 0. The consumer surplus is 0. All right, so let's move on to the next question. A private company achieves a producer surplus. So that this is a question about producer surplus at the market equilibrium price. What might reduce the size of the private company? All right. So for this, we need to use the concept of elasticity of supply. So for example, I draw a very elastic supply graph and a normal demand graph. My equilibrium is defined, and you can see how small my producer surplus is. All right, sorry, yeah. But when I draw a supply graph that is elastic, all right, sorry, inelastic, for example, like this, and my demand is normal, look at my producer surplus being so high. All right, so the area of the producer surplus is more. So this means if the if the supply becomes more elastic, the producer surplus will fall. So according to this, the correct answer should be D. All right. I couldn't take many questions in on this video, but yes, these are few kinds of questions that you might get. Especially the graph question is very commonly asked, which is the area of change in consumer surplus and producer surplus. So all of these and a few theoretical questions like these are also asked. So that's it for the video. Thank you guys so much for being a good audience. And if you have any question, any doubt, you can obviously question like, or you can ask your question on the on my email address, or you can ask me on Instagram. My Instagram link is given in the description. Thank you so much for watching this video. Like, comment, share, and yes, do watch other videos of mine. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye.